Day it is.
Welcome to a Mustache Monday.
Why?
Oh, you're super blurry.
Oh. Am I? Oh, yeah, I am. I don't think my mic's working either.
Oh, I mean, it's working on my end.
Check. Just turn that music off. Yeah, my mic is not registering on here. Check.
Well, this is super awkward, audience, because my mic's working. Welcome to Sammy's and Beer Mustache Edition. I have basically no mustache, but I tried my best. Every man has to try to grow a mustache at least once. That's what I've learned in my many, many moons of life.
You better keep talking because I'm not sure what's going on here.
So on today's episode, we're going to be talking about a couple important things. First of all, how to be broke and eat good anyways. It's a big one. It's one that I'm learning how to do because I'm broke and hungry all the time. Secondly, we're going to be talking about some mental health stuff, some anxiety. It's going to be really cool. I'm really digging the mustache. I think it looks really bad, but that's why I like it. It's terrible, and that's hilarious. Third thing we're going to talk about is Matt's inability to
check.
Have a functioning mic for some reason. I don't know. He didn't do anything different. Nothing's changed since last Thursday. I know it. He's a creature of habit. But fourth thing we're going to discuss today.
Oh, there. I think I got mine.
Guess you're going to have to save it for next week. Okay.
Hang on. Now I have to get yours back in.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, you ever feel nervous? I've never smoked marijuana. It's a little confession. I'm sure I've said it before. Never have. Kind of want to one day, but I can't anytime soon because of the military. I'm not even drinking yet. I'm just filling the empty space. I never did the devil's lettuce before. Just
check. There's that.
It's weird. Everyone's like, "Oh my god," and I'm like, "Sorry." Kind of lame. I like concerts. I actually don't like concerts anymore. As I've grown older, I've come to realize that concerts are kind of icky. Like, I'm not paying $9 for a Dasani water bottle that's warm. Like, pass. I know you're supposed to drink when you go to those things, but...
Oh, there we go. I think I got both of them.
Oh, wonderful. I can finally shut the fuck up.
Yeah. You know that we just get on here and talk for an hour. Like, all you had to do was, like, just a little bit. Like, you just had to talk for a little bit. It wasn't life or death. It was 4 minutes.
I went in. I just didn't stop talking, though, is the thing. I did not. Your camera is so fucked up. I don't know what your computer problem is today, but...
It hates me. There we go.
The back of my chair doesn't work, so... No, you can stop it and make it like a chair, like a rigid chair?
Yes.
Can't do that.
This one, it stops here, but then every so often it falls out, and so I'll go to lean back, and it'll even do it while I'm sitting in it, and then you just slam back. Oh, it's so fucking annoying.
It's scary.
Yeah, especially because I feel like I'm going to fall on my head.
You know how I feel right now with my mustache?
Like Pablo Escobar.
Like when Charles Boyle grew out his mustache.
I would say you look like Diego from Blow.
I don't know what that is.
You ever seen the movie Blow with Johnny Depp?
Mm-mm.
You should watch it. It's a good, really, really good movie.
Is it? I might think about it.
It really is. It's a Johnny Depp movie. He's
That's fair.
His name's George Young, the character that he plays in the movie, and he was one of the largest cocaine distributors in the United States in the 80s.
You think a guy that does cocaine consistently wouldn't have a mustache?
Why?
Because cocaine would get in the stash, right?
And save it for later. And I think they usually use like bills and straws and stuff to snort it.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that in movies. I don't know. I'm kind of lame.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I've never done cocaine before. I honestly, I did not trust myself enough to do it because I know I have an addictive personality. Like when I get my hooks in something, I want it, like
All the time.
want to do it. And I was like, I can't do this. It'll ruin my life.
That's why I've never done drugs.
Is that why?
Besides this. Well, I don't know. When you're in school and they're like, when someone offers you drugs,
plenty of weed.
someone offers you drugs, say no. No one ever offered me drugs.
I was saying, I've been waiting for people to offer me drugs. Every time they did, I said yes.
You're so awful. It's like Bert Kreischer when he's talking to his daughter. She's like, you're going to college. Someone offers you something, just take half. It's not a bad...
I love what Joey Diaz, how he just basically tries to trick everybody into
You're getting fucked up?
like overdosing them. Well, not overdosing them, but like getting them to take way too much fucking THC edibles.
Mm-hmm. He's nuts.
He is. He's fucking crazy. None of that sounds like appetizing to me whatsoever.
Drugs?
No, like being that fucked up. To where like you can't talk or your face is melting or, you know, like just there's too far sometimes. with
There is too far.
that, you know? And it becomes not enjoyable at that point.
I'd say that's fair. It seems very unenjoyable. But
Yeah.
let's get going.
But yeah, we've got a lot of good stuff to talk about. Like Thomas said, we are going to talk about go-to meals, and I don't know why you're talking about being broke. Like you've said, you're saving for a house.
Yeah, which
So
means I can't spend
don't
money.
Don't lie to the people and tell them that you're broke.
I can't spend money because I'm saving it.
Yeah, that's not broke. That's living on a budget.
I could
Being conscious about it.
I could make $1 million every month, and I'd still act like I'm broke.
Yeah, that's being conscious about it. That's not being broke.
Broke's a state of mind.
There's a very big difference.
Well,
And honestly, I think some of that difference is the difference between people with money and people without money.
probably. I don't know. I've
Oh, 100%.
I've never been in that position. I didn't know. I mean, we weren't down bad, but we weren't like up. If that makes any sense. I never knew growing up. My parents made sure that I never knew the financial situation.
Nobody does. No, I mean, but even if you did, I mean, unless you grew up like with a nanny but even that's probably normal for them up to a certain point. Till you get to a certain age, all your friends have nannies. Because you hang out with people that are of your class,
I guess that's fair. You don't really know.
you know?
Yeah. All right, but let's get into it. Let's do our shots first. I want to
Alright.
drink. I don't remember the last time I did drink.
I do. It was last Thursday. Or whatever day we did the podcast.
Did I drink this? I was just trying to think if I drank this weekend, but no, I flew. So I didn't. So yeah, Thursday. Wow. Responsibility. Crazy.
Especially compared to what we used to drink, like
all the
every single night.
Yeah.
Like I'd have 8 to 10 shots of vodka a night.
Yeah, we were pretty rough. But then we stopped, and it wasn't like a stopping an addiction thing. It was just like, oh, okay, we're done with this. Let's be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was really worried, and I discussed, I like confided that to you at the time that I was worried, you know, and it's nice. It's nice to not be super down bad for it. Granted, there are days where I want to drink, like I want a stiff one, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I went first last time, so it's your turn.
I think it's because you've got that mustache that makes you want the stiff one, but
Ew. Oh, you ruined it.
it was right there.
You
It
ruined the
was right
mustache.
there.
You ruined it.
Yep, sure did. All right, so my son was actually asking me, my oldest, before I put him to bed, he's like asking me to do shots for this and that, and you know, what I was going to do my shot for, and he was trying to help me, but I told him that I would do my shot for this. This is for all the wrestlers in South Dakota who are going to districts this weekend. Good luck to you all. May the odds be ever in your favor.
You're here.
Cheers to all the wrestlers.
I know what mine's going to be too.
Sweet.
This one is near and dear to my heart. Like, right here. Here's to all the thick bitches. Stay thick. Keep them thighs flowing. Keep them jiggling. I love you.
Thick bitches, he says.
Ooh, that's an interesting one. We're doing...
Tequila?
No, vodka again. Reka. Icelandic vodka. I still have the chicken and the other one. I never finished them, but I go to the store because I'll be on base and Junior's like, hey, do you mind picking me up Irish whiskey? Because it's like half the price on base, right? So I'll pick them up and I'm looking at the vodkas. I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. I'm just trying to find one that I really like. That one's kind of spicy. I don't think vodka's supposed to be spicy.
Why is it spicy?
It's kind of spicy. I'm going to give it another shot.
Vodka's not supposed to be spicy.
I'm just trying to find a good neutral vodka so I can add Topo Chico and lime to it and make a really nice club soda. You know what I mean?
Okay. Nope. Not even a little bit, but that's okay.
I like it. Oh, you probably don't have... You have to have Topo. But I'm interested. So I want to start this off with a meal trend that's happening right now that I'm really behind. And I got my girlfriend on, and she fucking loves it.
Okay.
So it's called a Tiffany plate. And it's just this really skinny, really hot influencer on TikTok who basically eats... I wouldn't even call it a charcuterie board because there's not cured meat and cheese on it. But she puts all of her daily needs for vegetables, fruit, and protein on a plate or in a Tupperware container and puts a side of dipping sauce that she likes. For her, it's cottage cheese and mustard, which is gross. The mustard's not. The cottage cheese is gross. But other people have been doing it
like
with...
the cottage cheese and mustard together?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, she eats cottage cheese and mustard, like, she mixes them together and makes, like, one super sauce?
Kind of. It's cottage cheese with mustard on top. So she can get just mustard or both, but not just cottage cheese.
That's fucking weird.
It's weird, but the thought behind...
But I'm also kind of intrigued behind it.
I'll send you the article. The thought behind it is you get all of your macronutrients in a very appealing to the eye format. So it's like she has the broccoli and the carrots and a lot of pickled things, I guess, for gut health. You know, vinegar is actually very good for your gut. Lots of pickled things, pickled okra, asparagus, green beans, which pickled green beans are the shit, by the way. I don't know if you ever had that, but they're delicious. And then always with like sausage or chicken or stuff like that. And my girlfriend's tried it and she loves it. It's getting her to eat more at lunchtime because she could pick at it, but also like in a healthy way. Because it's like, because she grew up eating veggie trays. So it's a very normal thing for her. So she makes a ranch dip and she dips the veggies in the ranch dip. Is it 100% healthy? No, ranch isn't good for you. But it's better than going and getting a burger or, you know, any kind of fast food or take it, and there's almost no carbs in it. So like it's eliminating that. I'm going to try it for family dinner tomorrow at the station. We're going to try it. We're all bringing in different things that we like and we're going to make it and see what we think.
Interesting.
It's cool for lunch.
I don't do raw vegetables, so it's hard for me.
You know?
Mainly just because of allergy reasons.
I
The
guess,
pollen
yeah, that's
in the
fair.
vegetables.
I didn't think about that.
When I eat and that's just for me. Like for other people, I mean, it makes sense, you know.
A lot of this stuff is pickled. I won't lie. And then, you know, I love pickles, so I love some vinegar. But it's a cool concept.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and it's just, you know, finding the thing that works for you. And even if they're trendy things, like jumping from a trend to a trend, as long as you're finding something that works for you and keeps you interested for a little while, I don't think there's any harm in it. Which is weird for me to say because I'm usually a very anti-trendy person. Like, I don't like when, you know, a specific brand of shirt went crazy. I'm like the last one. I'm like, I will specifically not go get that shirt because it's trendy.
That makes sense. But this is trendy for like a good reason. You know, it's for your health and it works for some people, and some people are sticking with it. Like, they love it. They eat that shit all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And for her, she'll probably have it for a few weeks and get bored of it because it will get boring, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, it'll only get as boring as you let it.
And that's the thing, too. Getting new things that are interesting. I did not know there's so many pickled things, and you could pickle so many things. I'll eat anything if it's pickled. I don't give a fuck what it is.
Well, you can technically pickle anything.
Exactly. I'll eat anything.
I mean, there's pickled pig's feet. You ever eaten pickled pig's feet?
Nope, but I'll try it.
You know.
But it's a cool concept, and it's something I'm really grateful for, because she's very happy, and it's helping her with her tummy issues.
You can pickle eggs.
I've had pickled eggs. Those shits are good. Yeah, buddy.
I don't notice a big difference in pickled eggs, though.
Not when you
From just
you gotta get quail eggs, pickled quail eggs, because they're so little.
I always wanted to eat pickled eggs, just because of, I want to say it was Tombstone. It's either Tombstone or Wyatt Earp. There's a stagecoach driver, and he's just got a jar of pickled eggs, and he's just sitting there eating them, and I'm like, that looks so good, and I don't know why. Like, what a weird fucking thing to like. But I just always wanted to eat pickled eggs after seeing them do that.
They're good. You're right in that, like, the chicken eggs are big, so it's just after the initial
It's just like
vinegar.
eating a boiled egg, though.
Yeah. But quail
Like,
eggs
and then-
absorb a lot more.
Okay. And then the other thing for me is, do you have to, like, when you make a pickled egg, you have to take the shell off of it?
Yeah.
So basically you have to hard boil the egg and then pickle it.
Yeah.
So essentially you're just adding an extra step
Yeah.
for a little bit of vinegar flavor.
But that's good flavor, though.
I suppose it probably lasts longer.
It lasts a lot longer. At room temperature. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pickled carrots, pickled green beans.
You're supposed to refrigerate pickles after you open them.
Yes, after you open them. But if you start it,
Okay.
and then
Yes, okay. Just wanted to make sure we were on the same page with that, you know.
yes,
So,
I drink out of your pickle jars all the time. By the way,
fantastic.
you ever see me with a mason jar? That's from your
They're
pickles.
they're a simple mason jar. There, my camera's messing up again.
It's the
I don't know
ghost.
why.
It's the ghost.
I've
But-
got a good camera.
I did want to know what your not your struggle meals, but your budget meals are.
Budget meals. So there's a couple of things that I really like to do. So one of our favorite meals, the kids really enjoy it too, is chicken queso burritos, which you can do chicken queso burritos. Super inexpensive. So this is going to be like the whitest burrito that you're going to hear of, but like I said, it's more about cost than anything. And I've seen other ways that I think you could really doctor it up to make it a lot better and make it probably a lot healthier too, but I just haven't done it yet. But what we'll do is we'll just go to Costco and buy a rotisserie chicken and
Super
pull all
cheap
the meat
already.
off of the bone.
Yeah.
They're $4.99
Yeah,
for a whole chicken.
That's very cheap already.
And then we buy the full bag of the white long grain rice from Costco. So you just make a cup of rice and you have the chicken and then whatever kind of queso you want to get. And I put black beans with
I was
it.
about to say beans would be
And
good.
salsa. I like black beans. You could do refried if you wanted to. But that's our kids love it. They'll eat chicken and queso, and you know, I really enjoy it. It's not Qdoba style or quality, you know, because you're not getting a lot of the seasonings with it
Yeah.
with how you cook the meat, and you know you're losing a lot of that flavor, but you're also getting 6 to 8 burritos for
$10.
$10,
I'd say about $10.
and it's super easy. Like there's very very little cooking involved too. Like you
And
make
chicken's
the
already
rice
cooked.
essentially. The chicken's already cooked. All you have to do is take it off the carcass.
And the black beans, you can microwave beans in a can. Like,
We buy the big stock of black beans at Costco and microwave them, and yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
That's a good
rotisserie
one.
chicken from Costco is probably the best thing in the world if you want to eat on a budget. Because the other thing you can do is you could have 2 meals out of a rotisserie chicken. I'll do that, and then we'll do chicken queso burritos one night, and then we'll do like something beef just to get something different, and then the next night we'll do chicken quesadillas with the leftover chicken.
Oh, that's smart.
And it's the same quesadilla, and it's just chicken with queso and cheese.
So cheese and cheese?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, well, I do the queso just because I think the queso adds flavor. The rest of my family doesn't really like queso, so they just do regular cheese.
Putting Rotel in queso is really good too, by the way. Adds a lot of flavor.
I get the Tostitos.
Or
which
that's got chilies in it already. Putting Rotel in canned green beans, unbelievable. Just a fun fact.
But yeah, those are super cheap meals that we'll go to. And if you don't want to go the beans and rice, get a Costco chicken, make a can of green beans, and some fucking rice, and that's a meal right there for you.
I mean, anything with the Costco chicken is a winner, honestly. My easiest struggle meal is chicken and rice. Granted, I cook the chicken, though, but I could use a Costco chicken. I mean, when I add the chicken to the rice, it's already cooked.
We go to Costco like once a week, so it's every other week or every 2-3 weeks we just buy a Costco chicken. Some weeks we'll go for 2. I mean, we'll use it for soup and
soup.
I mean,
soup, yeah.
There's so many different things you can do with that Costco chicken.
I guess that is a big one, yeah.
And for us, not having to cook it is a big aspect, just because we're gone with kids' activities 4 days a week. And so eating quick, and who really wants to spend all of their time cooking?
It depends. That depends, because I do enjoy cooking, and if I have a new recipe or trying something out, I do enjoy it,
I do as well, but I hate having the fact that you have to do it every single day.
That's true. I don't know, like perfecting my gumbo recipe took a couple of years, and I'm really proud of it now, but I wasn't when I started. And it's been fun going that route and figuring it out. So I gotta make it soon here soon too, because we do our annual seafood boil, which is not budget friendly at all. No, but it's fucking delicious. Yeah, I guce that makes sense. Anything to do with the Costco chicken. I personally do. I like at the station. I make nothing but budget friendly meals. My most recent one was rice-a-roni with sausage. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I don't think I have.
You get a link of sausage or 2, depending on how many people you're feeding, and a couple boxes of rice-a-roni. They're like $1.50, right, for the rice-a-roni. Couple bucks for the sausage. Cut up the sausage, fry it up. Use the grease from the sausage to fry up the rice from the rice-a-roni, and then make the rice-a-roni as you usually do with the sausage. Obviously, the sausage is cut up and done.
We do sausage and potatoes like that with onion.
That sounds good.
Yeah. You get the Hormel, like $3 for the sausage. And cut it into some thick chunks, and then cut up a bunch of potatoes. I always used to do it on the grill in like a foil pack, where you just put potatoes, butter, chop up an onion and the sausage in there, throw it in a foil pack, leave it on the grill for half an hour.
I've never done
that. And I do it in a skillet too.
Yeah, I usually cook in the skillet. That sounds good. I might have to.
That's one of my favorites. I just hate my kids don't eat fucking potatoes, so that potatoes are such an easy thing to make.
That's weird that they don't eat them.
Breakfast is also a pretty big staple budget-friendly meal for us. There was a while when we were really struggling there for a while. We ate pancakes and eggs a lot. Because pancakes are fucking dirt cheap.
They are cheap, and they're delicious. They taste good.
And they're delicious, yeah. And you throw some eggs with them.
Protein.
Just so you feel a little bit of healthy, but there was a couple of months where we probably ate pancakes 20 days out of 30.
Damn. Yeah, but I mean, it's cheap for a reason. It's good. Gotta do what you gotta do. I do this. So my big go-to if I'm trying to make a budget-friendly meal too is the cream of chicken or the cream of mushroom cans for flavor. I'll put that bitch in anything. It doesn't matter what it is. I'll put the cream of chicken can in a pot of chicken noodle soup to make it taste better. They're the biggest little flavor intensifiers I've ever had. My nephews love it. I fry chicken breast, right, in little cubes, fried up in a pan, and just throw cream of chicken, cream of mushroom in it, and let it saute in that for like 5-10 minutes. They tear up the whole pan.
Really? I've never done that before.
It's fucking easy, but you obviously season it. But it's throw it over rice or potatoes. Don't tell them there's mushrooms in it, right? Obviously.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. You can't do that.
No, but it tastes delicious, and they're like, it's chicken with gravy. Yeah, totally. That's gravy. Or ground beef with a brown gravy packet over the top.
I have started doing that when I make a pot roast. Throw in. I tried just putting it in with the pot roast, like just a brown gravy packet, but it didn't work right. So I just take a scoop of the juices from there and then boil it and make the brown gravy that way.
Yeah, I guess you could do that. When I season the juice ahead of time, about halfway through the cooking, I'll put an au jus packet. I don't know if you've seen McCormick, whatever, au jus.
Yep.
Good, more mild flavor, because the brown gravy packet gets really thick, the au jus really doesn't. So,
yeah.
I'll try my best. You know, and I had lamb for the first... Did I talk about that? The lamb that I had?
Yes, that you had good lamb.
Finally, yeah. Didn't know it could be good.
Because we talked about Chislik then.
Oh, we did. That's right. I forget. Because we really don't talk that much outside anymore because I've been busy. I apologize. Oh, he's got a sneeze.
You and me both, buddy.
But obviously, easy ones to go to: tacos, fucking hamburgers, just stuff that's super.
Barbecues.
You say barbecue?
Barbecues.
Like, what do you mean?
Like barbecues?
Like, haven't thrown a barbecue?
No, like having barbecues, like Sloppy Joe's, taverns, manwiches.
Oh, I don't do any of that.
Barbecues. You don't?
No, I never have. I don't think I've ever actually had a Sloppy Joe.
Really? We call them barbecues.
That's
what we
sense.
That's what we grew up having them.
I grew up having. I have Mexican food recipes that are cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
Like the stew meat, cube stew meat. I can make that taste fucking delicious.
So one thing, like our barbecues, my wife still makes them. I mean, we have them probably once a month or so. Is you take a pound and a half, whatever amount of hamburger meat that you want, and brown it up, drain the grease off, and then you put ketchup, mustard, Worcestershire, and brown sugar.
Sounds kind of good.
And you mix all, obviously ketchup's quite a bit of it, and you make it to flavor. I like mine a little bit more on the mustardy side. And you just mix it up and put it on a bun, or like I'll eat it on fucking tortillas with some mustard. My kids put cheese on top of them. It's just a loose meat barbecue sandwich.
It sounds kind of good, honestly.
They're fucking tasty as fuck.
It sounds really good. I'm gonna have to try that actually. That sounds delicious.
They're tasty.
Maybe on some King Hawaiian rolls.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Big staple for me right now. I don't know why, but I ate a little smoky the other day, and now I have not been able to stop. In fucking barbecue sauce, grape jam, like marinara sauce, does not matter what I make this fucking little thing in, but I'm putting it in goddamn near everything. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, little smokies are always good. They're always kind of like a delicacy, or like a Super Bowl, or kind of a potlucky type thing. When you go over somewhere and you throw them in a crock pot, you put the barbecue sauce and grape jelly in, and
it's so good.
Mm-hmm. It's tasty stuff.
And I do want to learn how to make like Swedish meatballs and stuff one day, but
we just buy our meatballs at Costco. You get a huge bag of them.
Yeah, I'm not going to roll my own meatballs. Yeah,
I've done that before.
Pass.
They're not. I didn't notice a huge difference of like to where it was like, oh my god, this is so much better. Like the reason you're making them meatballs is because you want something quick and easy.
Yeah,
that's another one my wife does. She does it in the Instapot. It's like a Italian meatball beef stroganoff.
That sounds delicious.
She gets it done in about a half an hour. It's fucking real good.
That sounds really good. Damn. Anything with egg noodles.
Like I said, it's in the Instant Pot though.
So okay, I don't have one of those yet. I really should.
Yeah. I don't know. There's so many different things that you have to that you can get, like a waffle maker and an instant pot
I don't need a
and
waffle maker.
a skillet and
Air fryer is
Say
a
that.
necessity. Air fryer is a
air fryer.
necessity.
I will say an air fryer is a necessity. Just because an air fryer takes the food that is edible and makes it like good.
Makes it good. It makes it restaurant worthy again. You know.
Like one of our favorites, like we eat taquitos from Costco.
Mm-hmm.
And you air fry them bitches, oh my god, they are fucking good.
Make sausage in the air fryer. It's just like you grilled it. The fucking same. It's the exact same.
Well, I'm very careful with meats in the air fryer just because they stink up the whole fucking house. Like I generally try not to cook meats because I've cooked a steak in the air fryer before and it was good, but the whole house fucking stinks like steak then for a week.
It doesn't sound like a bad thing to me.
My wife doesn't like when our house smells like.
Beef.
My wife is very sensitive to smells.
Was she like that before you got married, or before she had kids?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Because
like she doesn't use like fabric softener. She doesn't do any of that kind of stuff.
I don't use fabric softener, but I use the powdered detergent. I started using that.
Yep, she does that.
That helps a lot. Well, that's something I didn't know, and I'll put that because, like, at the station, I mop every shift, right? Just because the floors get really dirty, coming in and out, going in all these places, like it's just gross. So I mop every shift, and I put some of that powdered stuff with a little bit, like 2 caps of Fabuloso. Like I don't use a lot. I dilute the shit out of it, but it's awesome. It cleans the shit out of everything. So little things that I'm learning as an adult. It's the mustache that helps, obviously, with the wisdom. But little things that I've been learning slowly over time. It's nice. Or crock-pot meals. I have so many fucking crock-pot meals now. They're just delicious.
You know the thing that I fucking hate though? You
What?
ever watch a video and they're like, all right, guys, here's going to be your super simple meal?
Cream cheese.
No. And then they fucking cut up an onion. Like, fuck you. Cutting up an onion means I'm making like that's cooking to me. A super simple meal is I'm not chopping any vegetables. I'm getting a bag of frozen something, another bag of frozen something, and I'm dealing with that. That's a quick and easy meal to me. If I have to chop off a fucking onion, that is not a quick and easy meal.
You don't get your onions pre-chopped?
No.
They're like 50 cents more at HEB.
Well, one, I don't have HEB here.
I guess that's fair. It comes in a little container, pre-chopped. All your, like the full Mirepoix and the Holy Trinity. So bell pepper, onions, carrots, celery, the whole works. All separate or all together. It's awesome.
I saw a video once, and I don't know how much truth is behind it, but that you're not supposed to, like, basically once you cut up an onion, you're not supposed to save onion.
Really?
Cut up. Yeah. Because it starts making toxic things.
Oh, I don't know. My grandmother, because she cooks onion with everything, right? She doesn't use onion powder. She's old school Mexican. She has an onion that she buys at the beginning of the week, and she cuts slices out of it with an old steak knife. She's been using the fucking same steak knife to cut onion for like 50 years. And then she puts the rest of it in the bag and puts it in the fridge. And she just keeps doing that all week. We're not dead yet.
When we were cleaning out my grandparents' house, they had a knife, and I swear it was that fucking thick that it had been sharpened so many times. Like, it started off, and it was like a paring knife, and it was down to, I mean, like a half an inch blade.
That's awesome.
I saw it, and I'm like, dear sweet Lord.
Hey,
This is so fucking old.
they never needed another one.
They did not.
They took care of their shit. There's something to be said about that.
Yeah.
It's respectable, is what it is. It's that old generation. I don't know. Yeah. A big staple at my house too is Mexican rice, and I've shared the recipe with you, I think, and I know Kay makes it. Yeah, I put it in the Snapchat a while ago. I know Kay makes it all the time still. It's the easy.
I always hear you talking about your rice and beans. You're always like, oh, I gotta go check on my beans.
I make beans.
Yeah, you say that like it's a normal thing. Like, I've never made beans
It's
in
not.
that kind of a process.
It's not hard, and it doesn't taste that much better. I'll be honest with you. Like, it's beans. It tastes like beans.
Well, I buy a can of pinto beans and then fucking
Oh, those
cook
don't
them on the
taste-
stove and smash them.
Those don't taste great.
Not terrible.
But beans take forever to
Ranch,
make.
ranch style beans.
Ooh, those are different. Those are tasty. I like ranch style beans. I like that.
And we smash those
I've never done
and
that.
make them into refried beans.
It's weird. Sweet.
Just boil them in
Yeah, no, I get it. It's
in their
just
juices.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's what my wife started.
You've
that's
had
what
my rice
wife-
before. You've had my rice
I don't think so.
with the fajitas.
You haven't made rice with the fajitas.
I definitely made rice the last time the last camping trip. 100% made. Oh, okay. I lost connection to OBS for a second. That was weird. You've had it, and I guess it just wasn't memorable for you. A lot of people really like it. It's fucking easy and dirt cheap. That's why I make it all the
With
time.
rice.
It's Mexican rice.
Is that better than Chinese rice?
Well, it has flavor.
Does Chinese rice not have flavor?
What is Chinese rice?
Well, there's like fried rice.
Okay, so that's fried rice.
Well, what is Mexican rice?
It's tomato sauce chicken bouillon rice.
Okay.
You've had it. You've had it. Guarantee you've had it.
I don't know why you're getting mad at me.
And then I make fideo and conchitas. So that's basically the same formula for the rice, but over to make into pasta. So conchitas like the little shells. That's what concha means. And itas is small, so small shells. You make it just like you make the rice. I mean, because they're cheap to make and they taste good, right? But a big thing too, and the biggest struggle meal that I have is sopa de conchas, which is like ground beef small shell soup. Mexican ground beef small shell soup is the best way to describe it. It cost me, I think, $6 to make enough to feed like 8 people.
That's all ground beef. Ground beef is like $4 for a pound of it.
Mm-hmm. Ground beef, chicken bouillon, tomato sauce, obviously other seasonings, but that's different. I don't really count that. And then shells. That's it. And I'll make it, and my dad will eat like 4 or 5 bowls. He loves it so much. I made it the other day on shift, and they're like, "This is so good." And I'm like, "This literally cost me less than $10 to make today." Like, it's the cheapest, dirtiest meal I know. I'll even send you the recipe.
I think ground beef is just kind of I think it's probably one of the best things that there is because it's cheap, but it's also really good.
It's as good as you can make it, you know.
Yeah.
And you can,
Well, I mean, but like chicken's so plain, beef has flavor to it.
that's true. And you get the lean, like the fattier the beef you get, the cheaper it is. It's like the more flavor you get, the cheaper it is.
Yeah. Oh. Not necessarily. Like you get the super lean stuff. That stuff's dirt cheap.
Is it?
Yeah, like you get like 95.5, like that stuff's fucking dirt cheap as opposed to an 80/20.
I've never found that. I usually get like the 73 because I like it really fatty. Oh, this is so good.
Well, no wonder your fucking gut hates you.
Oh yeah, I know what my problem is. I tried to not, you know.
We just got like 70 pounds from our half a cow.
You did.
I'm pretty sure they make that like 85/15.
It's still really good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's really good stuff. I mean,
How much money do you think you saved buying half a cow?
not as much as you'd think. Like, I broke it down, and when they took the cow in, our half was like 460 or 80 pounds. Which I have the numbers here.
It's a lot of weight. It's a lot of beef.
So when they took it in, it was 438 pounds.
Okay.
And then you have to pay for processing, and we paid $2.60 a pound. So just for the cow was $1,140. And then we paid $570 to get it processed for a grand total of $1,710.
That's a lot of money up front.
But when you break it down, we didn't get 438 pounds of meat. We got 200. 23 pounds of meat,
Mm-hmm.
which, if you break it down, is actually about $7 a pound.
That's pretty expensive, actually.
Yes, if you were talking ground beef.
If you're talking,
But how much?
Yeah.
How much do you pay per pound for a tenderloin steak,
It's true.
or a ribeye, or even a pot roast?
Did you get like skirt steak with that?
I didn't get any skirt steak. No, they don't. They didn't even offer that.
It's the best kind of steak, in my opinion. That's my favorite.
We got 8 packages of sirloins with 1 per package. 19 packages of New York tenderloins, which there's 2 per pack. 8 packages of rib steaks. 12 3-pound chuck roasts. 3 sirloin roasts. 3 rump roasts. We got soup bones. I got 2 briskets.
The soup bones.
9
Oh,
packages.
the briskets
9 packages of stew
alone.
meat.
Yeah. I don't know.
So it's a lot of money.
But now you don't have to buy beef for the next 6 months.
That, and I know where it's all come from and going.
That's true.
Like, it's a local cow. Not that I think that there's a difference between that, but I don't know. There's something about supporting a local business like that, though.
Did you name the cow?
Yes,
What did you name her?
Jezebel.
Oh, good. Well, it could have been a steer, but good. Good. I don't know. There is something cool about that, because you're right. You probably
Well,
made
and
some dude's day, actually.
No, they do this quite frequently. Their farm's about 4 hours from us, but they deliver in like a big radius, and they do it all on Facebook, and it's actually really cool how they do it. And they like have lambs, they have pigs, they've got. You can order, and then they deliver it right to your house.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Guess you might pay more for the convenience. Because I have a coworker that's offering to butcher cows for us, but he didn't give me the prices yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't need it personally, so it's just
Why?
I'm trying to keep away from red meat because it's my favorite and I love it, but it's not super great for you. So I try to eat red meat once a week, twice a week if I'm being naughty.
Well, that's only because of you and fat, though, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Not because of red meat being bad for you. Because red meat's not bad for you.
Red meat isn't as good as chicken is.
It's not as lean.
Yep.
Not that it's bad.
So
Because one thing I've actually, speaking of trends and things like that, one thing that I've seen that I thought was really interesting is people doing the carnivore diet.
my girlfriend's
And
dad's
that's
doing it.
fun. And that's something I could probably get behind.
I don't think I could.
I did. I had a revelation today with it, though. Did you know you can drink while doing the carnivore diet?
I'm gonna do it.
Do you know what you can drink, though? There's one alcohol that you can drink, because when you're doing the carnivore diet, you're eating all animals. So milk, eggs, meat, right? Or products of animals. So what's one alcohol that you could drink that is a product of an animal?
I swear to God, if you say eggnog,
Oh, no. There's bourbon in eggnog,
bourbon's wheat,
which is corn.
vodka's potatoes, tequila's
Correct.
agave.
Or rice. Correct.
What's gin?
I think gin is the same as vodka, just a different process.
I don't know.
Mead. Because what's mead made with?
I guess honey. Yeah,
And what is honey?
honey is the product of a bee.
Carnivore.
I guess. Sure.
I know it's a bit of a stretch, but I think it's there.
I wouldn't drink that much mead though. Ugh.
I think you can.
Like you can, but what alcohol completely takes away all your progress when it comes to a diet.
I wouldn't say all of it.
Most of it. It's your body will metabolize alcohol before it metabolizes anything else.
Yeah, so you just have to not eat for that day.
You just drink that day only.
Yeah, it's called being fiscally responsible. You get drunk super fast.
I did see the trend for dirty fasting, where
I don't know what that is.
you eat every other day. High protein, high fiber every other day.
Yeah, see, I think I'd rather just eat steak and eggs 3 times a day or twice a day.
I don't think my wallet can afford to eat steak and eggs 3 times a day. My taste buds could afford that real easy.
I already paid for it, so
I guess that's fair. But I don't know. I never really liked the fad diets, which I say that, but I'm supporting this other fad diet. But I don't know.
it's not really a diet, though. It's just a way
To eat, yeah, to promote better, healthier eating, I guess.
Well, I think fad diets, the only reason they don't work is because they're not sustainable for long-term progress. But if you're not looking at things as a long-term solution, but maybe as the best way that I've heard it said is making today a good day. So having a good day, instead of making bad choices, making good choices.
I made good choices today. I made good choices.
Huh?
I made good choices today.
And that's, if your good choice for the day is going for a walk, or, instead of watching that second episode of TV, going for walking and watching that episode of TV on the treadmill for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's respectable.
Things like that, making those good choices every day. And those good choices, just like with everything, are going to compound. Just as how you get to be this gloriousness that is here, compounding bad choices. Instead of eating 3 Oreos, you have a sleeve of Oreos.
Yeah, that was never an issue for me, by the way. Sweets have never been an issue. This is all alcohol and carbs. No, I get that. You make the better choice every now and then, and it'll compound eventually. It'll build upon itself and make good things. I made a healthy choice today. I had poke for lunch instead of ramen like I wanted. So,
because ramen is really not good for you at all. Like, it's just cheap. That's all it is.
No, I'm talking like ramen, like fucking pork belly, fancy ass noodle making ramen. But it's high in fats, and it just isn't good for me. So I had poke, because poke, weirdly enough, comes with a lot of vegetables, a nice bed of rice, and raw fish. And for some reason, the raw fish don't mess with my stomach, like, at all. It actually does the opposite. Makes me feel really good.
That's good. Nice.
It's just expensive.
Yeah.
So, but that's
because they call it sushi.
That's not, well, poke is just a sushi bowl, right? So it's more filling. But that's me not getting like the fried stuff with it that makes it taste super good. It's just getting the fish and rice.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
And it was just fucking delicious, though. I'll tell you what. I love raw fish.
Small, smart choices.
I'm trying.
It's not easy.
Which sucks, because my favorite go-to crockpot meal, bed of finely diced potatoes right at the bottom, chicken finely diced, cream of chicken, stuffing, green beans, cream of mushroom, cheese.
That doesn't sound good.
It's Thanksgiving in a pot.
It sounds. I don't like meal that doesn't have any texture to it. Like, that's gonna all be like creamy bites.
Yeah, it is. That is.
And I don't like
that. An issue. Yeah.
Because I've made, like, you ever seen the one where they take like noodles and chicken and then put the Buffalo Wild Wings Parma. I've made that before, and it's just, there's no crunch, there's no nothing. It's just all mush, and I get about halfway through it and I'm ready to fucking vomit because I'm just eating baby food.
That's fair. I guess
I can't.
I guess that might be why I like green beans now and sugar snap peas and stuff like that, because it adds crunch to the bite. I know when I'm eating Mexican food and I don't particularly want, like, I like it but it's mushy, I'll get a chalupa shell, which is just like, it's just fucking corn flat and delicious.
Yeah, I'll throw like fried potatoes in with a lot of, like, when I make like tacos and stuff like that. If I'm eating it on a soft shell, I'll just throw like some fried potatoes or some. When I mean, we had white people Mexican food or white people taco night, but
best taco night in my opinion. I fucking love white people tacos.
We'll make. I always have potato olays with it. Not potato olays, but like tater tots or crispy crowns, and throw those in with a burrito. Oh, so good! It just gives it a nice crunch and gives it some filling.
So when you cook the ground beef with potatoes, it's actually called picadillo. That's a thing that we make all the time.
I've never cooked them together.
Delicious.
It's interesting.
It's picadillo. That's all it is. And throw that with some beans on a chalupa shell with the fucking cheese and lettuce. Have a good day. You know. It's my dad's favorite meal. All the meals I can make him. I've made him prime rib roast, like just the most lobster tail, the most extravagant stuff. On his birthday, I'm like, hey, what do you want to eat for your birthday? Picadillo. Okay. Ground beef with potatoes it is.
Well, I smoked a brisket yesterday for 14 hours, and it still has not been eaten. I had a few bites of it last night when I was cutting it up at 10 o'clock.
You didn't eat it for dinner today?
No. Wednesdays, we take my aunt grocery shopping and stuff, and then so I do it every other Wednesday, and so I always we go out for supper with her as a family, just to kind of...
That's nice. That's a good reason.
Give her some social...
Yeah, no, that's a really good reason. So you've got a whole ass brisket in there ready to be eaten?
Yeah, like a fucking huge brisket too. Like not like, I mean, we're talking a fucking like 14, 16 pound brisket.
Well, I mean, dice it up real fine, like a couple strips real fine, throw it with some eggs. That's good shit. That's,
like I said, I'm okay with going carnivore, and I might be just a carnivore tomorrow. I might eat nothing but brisket and eggs tomorrow.
If it works, it works.
And maybe a couple protein shakes.
I don't like protein shakes. I don't
really either. But we've started this new trend. I got my wife on it. We get the Premier Protein, the cafe latte ones, and she got an espresso maker. So she makes a shot of espresso, and then we pour the protein shake in with that. So it's just kind of like it's a coffee drink in the morning that's
got protein.
30 grams of protein.
Yeah, I've seen the literature now, and I follow a guy on TikTok who talks about the intake of fiber and how important that is not instead of protein, but on top of protein. I'm kind of interested in that. I kind of want to know more about that, but I don't know.
I've just heard so many people talk about like the benefits of that they saw when they went all carnivore, like the lack of inflammation. There's been a lot of people that have talked about, like, you know who Dr. Jordan Peterson is, don't you?
Oh yeah,
he's a comedian. He did carnivore, and he talks about it, and like. He talked about tons of benefits that he saw from it.
I mean, I'm sure there are, but how sustainable is it? Because you must have lost your fucking mind. You think I'm not going to eat bread.
I mean, because if you, like, you know, you need the crunch, you got fucking chocharrones.
Yeah, but if I go carnivore, I'm going to shit myself. I'm going to shit myself all day long.
Why? You could eat chicken.
Yeah, but that's boring.
I agree. I mean, it might not be the option for you, but it might be a good option for me. I won't shit myself. If I drink 2 big glasses of milk, I'll go shit myself. But
can you get disability for being lactose intolerant? That's the question.
I don't think you can. You can get sent home early from work for drinking a big glass of milk and then shitting yourself, though.
You can, at least one time. One time.
That's partial disability.
You won't get sent home in the military, though.
If you shit yourself?
No. They'll send you home, make you change, and come right back to work. Like, that's just... I've done it. I've seen it done. I've done it. Like, just...
You shit yourself and then had to go back to work?
Yep.
That sucks. Like, are we talking, like, full-on shit yourself or, like, fucking sharded?
It was on the cheeks.
how much was in the underwear? Like, was there?
Oh, the underwear were gone. They were thrown away. They're done. And I looked at my first line at the time, and I'm like, "Sir, I just shit myself." And he's like, "Okay, go back to your dorm, change, and come back."
Well, you were in a dorm, so I mean, it's not like you were gonna go fucking home and play video games anyway.
Well, yeah, you do. That's what you have at the dorm. You have your own Wi-Fi tower. Like, it's just a thing. I don't know. Like, and we didn't do anything that day. There was no reason for me to be there. But it's just the way Uncle Sam works. Like, you're gonna be here at this time for this amount of time. Like, you're gonna do it. Unless you're dying, you're gonna be there.
So we've got about 4 minutes left, and I need to bring up something that has been on my mind.
Do it.
For the last couple of days.
Do it.
And
when we go over, we go over. It's fine.
Yeah. No. We'll be done on time. I think I've got a new favorite character in the Red Rising series.
Okay.
You want to know who my new favorite character is? Cavix Au Telemanus.
Okay.
I absolutely love Cavix. The more I've thought about him, and the more I've listened to everything that he's done and all the shit that he's done, and I am absolutely in love with who he was as a character.
I can see that. Intelligent. He's still not everyone's like, oh, he's smaller than Pax. He's still a big fucking guy, though.
He's a giant.
Yeah.
So I was listening to it today in Iron Gold, and it's when they're kidnapping Pax, and they bomb the ship, or they put the gas in, knock everybody out, and they're stealing Pax, who is absolutely no relation to Cavix. He is his dead son's daughter's kid. So I
might have been thinking of Daxo, but keep going.
Daxo's the Pax's
son.
brother.
Yes, that's who I was thinking of. I'm like,
Cavix is his dad.
Yes. Okay. Continue.
But
Go.
Cavix, they're stealing Pax, and they've got him. They're taking him out, and they've tranquilized this whole ship where nobody can move. They've paralyzed all their bodies, and he drags himself out of this ship for somebody who's not a blood relative of his, and is absolutely furious and fucking crushes a guy's skull while he can barely walk, and is fighting that hard for somebody who is not even related to him. And that's one of the one of the multitude of things that he does as a Gold.
Well, because it's not about family for him, right? It's not about blood. It's family.
It's not about blood. Exactly. So we're going to end it right there, though, because...
You want to play Helldivers. Yeah. I get it. Walk me through how to play challenging, because that was rough.
We appreciate you all so much for stopping by. We've got something to continue talking about. Characters in Red Rising and Pax.
I agree.
But now we've got other things to talk about in future episodes, and Cavix Au Telemanus. So, thank you all so much for joining us. We appreciate you all so much for being here.
We will be back on Monday the 4th. A little bit different, just like it was today.
Monday the 4th. Got it. So, Thomas, final words, favorite meals, why don't you give people your favorite sandwich before
my favorite sandwich? Chicken parm sandwich on a loaf of French bread, or maybe a baguette for the crunch. Hits me every time.
On a what?
Like a baguette.
A what?
A baguette.
You need to pronounce that B a little bit better, buddy.
Baguette.
Yes. Okay. Just,
Baguette?
I mean, you do have a mustache now, so, you might like your chicken parms on something else. All right. So, we appreciate you all so much for being here with us live on this Wednesday episode of the Sammy's a Beer podcast. If you'd noticed, there are 4 new episodes up on Apple Podcast. We're actually almost to our 52nd episode, which would make a year, which is odd because I just had to renew for a year. So
well, we've missed a couple.
Missed that many.
Yeah.
Not that many, I didn't think.
I think 4 or 5, yeah.
Okay, so, but we all appreciate you all so much for being here. We will be back the 4th, and we didn't even talk about Leap Day, which is tomorrow.
Really?
But enjoy Leap Day tomorrow.
I gotta propose to my girlfriend.
Toodles!